I don't wanna mess this up. Could it be too much to say I'm in deep in, swimming in my feelings? I've been here before, but it feels like I'm drowning, sinking. Am I overthinking? Tell me, am I foolish to think you meet me here? I wanna do this again. I'm going down 'cause I know that it's you I see in my dreams. I'm going down, let me drown over you, living in my dreams. I love the way you do it, don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love the way you do it to me. I love the way you do it, don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love the way you do it to me. I don't wanna mess this up. Could it be too much to say I'm in? I just wanna know what's up. Do you feel it? 'Cause I think I'm in. I'm finna take my time, my mind, my rules. This ain't no crime. Making love to you, though you ain't satisfied. I have a hard time waiting for you. Like, ooh, boy, you, boy, got me where you want. Just gotta say it's on. It's like, ooh, boy, do you know you got me? Like, where do you go when you're alone? I wanna do this again. I'm going down 'cause I know that it's you I see in my dreams. I'm going down, let me drown over you, living in my dreams. I love the way you do it, don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love the way you do it to me. I love it. I love the way you do it, don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love the way you do it to me. I don't wanna mess this up. Could it be too much to say I'm in? I just wanna know what's up. Do you feel it? 'Cause I think I'm in love. Let me good and lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, lie to me.
Right.
Bet they hear these words and call me foolish, call me stupid, like what the hell I'm doing. I've been in the studio and focused on my music. Ain't got no time to press you about them hoes that you've been screwing up.
Yeah. We're live on a fixed show, DTFradio.com. Shout out to DJ Epidemic for that dope R&B set. I'm going to introduce Donell Jones into the room right now. We're live on a fixed show, DTFradio.com. We got the one and only Donell Jones in the building tonight. Man, you know what it is.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up? How y'all doing today? Everything that's going on with Donell Jones tonight. But real quick, Donell, we're going to do a little quick mix for you of some of your old school joints just to get people in tune with what's going on tonight. Is that cool with you, sir?
Man, let's go, bro.
All right, man. Donell Jones in the building. We live on a fixed show, DTFradio.com. Let's get into it. Oh, so classic. We gonna get into some Donell Jones joints, man. Strictly R&B tonight.
Let the telephone ring. It's about to get physical.
Donell Jones, I'm gonna play my joints. I'm gonna play the joints I like. Hold up.
It's all good. Let's go.
Right.
Play this whole album.
Donell Jones in the building. Right. We live on YouTube, Facebook, Roku TV. Let's go. Oh, classic choice. Donell Jones in the building. DTFradio.com, the big show. Right. I like this joint.
Up in the place I see you getting down. Can't help but look at you, got a crowd around you.
Donell Jones.
Yeah.
We live on YouTube. Let's go.
What's popping out there, YouTube?
600, sitting outside of the door. So bring it on, by the way, about this place for. And it's a little something that I made a place for. That one past me, girls, for me.
Like I said, Donell Jones in the building, baby. DJ Trace on the set. Shout out to DJ Epidemic. He's here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Wow.
That's that joint right there, yo. That's back in 96.
Ladies, I got you. Oh! So classic. Oh, we vibing now. We got Donell Jones in the building. The big show. Let's go. Right. Hit us up on that YouTube, that Facebook, that Roku TV. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Sing it.
Would you mind if I take this right here? Sitting alone, please come right in. You got a nigga don't lie.
Right.
You got the front for me. These bitches that you can call.
Ladies, if you know the words, ladies, hold on.
Are you down to sing it with me? What could it be? Find out all this
Right.
I'm willing to give you all this love I got.
Oh, we here.
No relationships long. I keep it straight to this all alone.
Oh, I got those Donell joints in the stash. Don't worry about it. Donell Jones on the big show, DTFradio.com. Let's go.
Took him to the Shaft soundtrack now.
One more joint, Donell. One more joint. Hold on. Right.
Cause you can't understand, and you don't really know a man. Take me where I've been, and do the things I've lost. You change the way that you look at me.
Donell Jones in the building. We gonna talk about that new album. Trust me.
Don't I get up every day? Don't I bring home all my pay? Don't I do whatever it takes if I can just get my baby?
Donell, you know I gotta play this joint. Hold on. For the ladies, hold on.
What you rocking? What you rocking?
So classic. We got Donell Jones in the building. DTFradio.com. We live on YouTube, the big show. Shout out to my cast in the building. Prayers, Mr. Cheese, Epidemic. Let's go. Yeah, man. We got
Man,
Donell
appreciate that.
Jones in the building. right now.
Appreciate that, my brother.
Hold on a second, man. I gotta take these headphones off. I gotta make sure we good in here. Donell, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm outside right now, man. You know, I'm a track dad, man. So my daughter's having a track meet right now.
Were you able to hear the whole mix?
Say it again.
Did you hear the whole mix?
I heard the whole joint, man. Fire.
Appreciate
I mean, you picked some dope joints, man.
Thank you, man. You know, me and the team here, we are big fans of your work, of your catalog, of what you've done for this R&B genre. You know what I'm saying? We're so excited and glad to have you on this platform. We understand you got a new album out. We're going to talk about that. But we just wanted to say thank you for your time. We appreciate you being on this platform, man.
Right.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, again, my apologies, man. I'm at this track meet right now. My daughter's on the track team, so I got to come support her. So that's why I'm doing it outside right now. I used to be in my studio.
Right. I get it.
Good.
I understand. I got 6 kids myself. I got 4 sons and 2 daughters.
Oh, we right there. I got 5 daughters and 1 son.
Okay, we right there.
We've been busy, man.
Right. Right. Real quick, let me introduce you to my cast members. My co-host Prez, he's up top on the right.
Shout to y'all, brother.
Sponsor Lifted Tees, Taz, she is in the building.
Hey, beautiful.
DJ Epidemic, he is here. He's going to be the one to play some of your new cuts off your new album. So we're going to get to that later.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce my cast. Like I said, we appreciate your time. I want to start from the beginning, if you don't mind, before we get into the new things you're working on in your career. Is that cool with you?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, man. So let's take it back to 96. 96. You dropped your first album. Am I right?
Yeah, I dropped My Heart in 96, man. Myself, Eddie F, and a guy by the name of Mookie. We put the whole album together, man. It was an amazing project. We tried to make every song sound like it could be a single, you know, as we did with every album. And we did a pretty good job at that, man. I mean, I think my first album was a great introduction to the music business.
Did you feel like that first album hit the way you thought it was gonna hit in the industry? Did you feel you accomplished what you needed to accomplish with that album?
No. I thought we could have did better. You know, I thought they could have put out more songs. I thought that, you know, again, I was like I was on LaFace Records, but I was an Untouchables artist on LaFace Records. You know, Eddie F had signed me to his record label, which was Untouchables, and I was like almost like a stepchild at LaFace. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciated they gave me the opportunity. But I really feel like we could have did better, honestly.
Right. Okay. So you felt like marketing could have been better?
Marketing, I think, you know, if they spent the same, I always say this, if LaFace spent the same money on me that they spent on an Usher or a TLC, we would have far more record sales than we did. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it's a business, and they did what they wanted to do with their money.
Right. I definitely get it. So moving on, you've gained more success in '99, where you put out the album Where I Want to Be. That album was crazy from top to bottom. The minute you press play, you let that rock out.
My favorite.
Did you feel like that was gonna be as big as it was when it came out?
Well, you know what? I got to take it back to the first album. Like with LaFace, again, I felt like they could have did better. So this time around, going into the studio on the Where I Want to Be album, I was like, you know what? Now we got to really give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to make every damn song sound like it could really be a single. And and we went in with that attitude, and we came out with a great project. You know, from the beginning, we knew what we were trying to do. I knew I had a great album, but again, you know, you could have a great album, but if they don't push those buttons behind the scene, nobody will ever know. So this particular time, man, they actually went out and they did what they were supposed to do. And you know, people really respected the fact that I gave them an album they could listen to from the beginning to end.
Yes.
Right. I definitely get it. I definitely understand. Where I Want to Be was one of my favorite songs ever. Like, I still play that song till this day at all my brunch events. Wherever I'm at, I play that song because I think that song was very instrumental to the R&B genre, especially now in this day where R&B, I feel, my opinion, R&B isn't respected the way that it used to be respected, and that category kind of phased out a little bit with the trap and B that's out now that they call it trap and B, you know. So
Right.
having that type of timeless music to still play for people at these spots is just a great feeling, you know, because you made timeless music. I think you
I
made a lot
appreciate
of
that.
timeless music, a lot of timeless R&B music that could be played forever and ever, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
You know, man. But
Right.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Say that again.
No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the last thing you said. I'm sorry. I'm out here with a lot of noise.
I said that was
I apologize.
timeless music that I think that those songs could be played forever and ever.
You know what, man? I really can't take credit for it. I you know, honestly, I feel like I'm an antenna and I just pick up the signal, you know, and whatever comes out is what happens. And then again, too, you know, most of my songs are based on my life experiences. And I feel like, you know, when you sing something from the heart and when you write from the heart, you know, it connects with people because I'm not the only one in the world going through these situations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think we all go through the same things, maybe at different stages in our lives. But at some point, you're going to go through one of these things. And songs help us get through it.
Right. I definitely understand where you're coming from. I have a quick side question, right? I've been meaning to ask you this. I wanted to ask you this question. So the song "You Should Know," you sampled that Biggie song, Players Anthem, Junior Mafia. You sampled that. Where did you get the idea to sample that song and come up with that track? Was that a single? I don't believe that was on an album. Maybe I'm wrong. But was that a single? Was that just like a promo track to throw out there? Was it a mixtape joint? Like,
no, that was on the B side. That was the B side of "Knocks Me Off My Feet." You know what I'm saying? Because you know, back in the days, we had an A side, we had a B side. You know, you had
right, records, right.
Flip the tape around, right? So that was the B side. That was okay. We had the ballad, so we wanted to give the DJs something to play too. So that's why we put the "You Should Know" on there. But it was on the album. But honestly, it wasn't really that track at first. I had really did that song to this Wu-Tang track. And then and then we ended up switching it because we couldn't get clearance for it. So we ended up switching it to the Biggie track.
You still got that in the stash?
Man, I wish I had it in the stash. That joint was so cold. Man, it was crazy.
Right. I mean, that "You Should Know" joint, man, like that's one of my favorite Donell Jones tracks. You know,
I appreciate that, man.
Done great. You sounded great over that beat. I actually, as a fan, wanted to hear more joints of you over hip hop beats, kind of like what Mary did in the beginning of her career. Because I think you sounded so well on that type of track. You know, that's just me, as my opinion as a fan.
Now, hey, I agree with you. You know, and like I said in the beginning, that was our goal. Our goal was to be the male version of Mary J. Blige. That's why we did so many hip hop joints on my first album. Now, when the second album came, we kind of steered away from the hip hop element a little bit because, you know, R&B was moving in a different direction. And then I wanted to add some live instrumentation on my second album because, you know, a lot of my ballads had the a lot of sounds that sounded like guitars, but I was like, you know what, I want to have some real guitars. I want to add some real live instrumentation on my second album. So we kind of moved a little bit away from it, but we still kept the heartbeat, still kept the heart edge. And but I do feel like, you know, I wanted to do a little bit more of those hip hop joints.
Right. And real quick, excuse that little popping sound. I'm actually next to my window. It's raining out here in New York. So excuse that little popping sound. It's not the mic or anything like that.
Nah, that might be coming from my end, man. That might be, you know, shooting off the gun for the kids to run. Right.
But just in case it's on my side, it's the rain. I'm next to my window, so you know it's raining out here in New York. I just wanted to say that real quick. So let's move forward. You put out the joint with Left Eye, right? Which was one of the biggest songs in the world. Nationally and internationally, that song is known all over the world. Yes. How was it working with, that's a two-part question. How was it working with Left Eye? And was Left Eye on the original track or was that an actual remix?
Well, I mean, she was on the original track, but we called it a remix, you know, because radio at that time wanted a version without the rap because some radio stations wasn't going to play the rap. You know, you had the urban AC stations that wouldn't play rap, so you had to have two versions. So we put her on as a remix just to say it was a remix, but she was on the original version. That was actually the original version. But working with her, man, was amazing, man. I mean, her character, her personality, her energy, man. I mean, when she walked down that damn hallway with that stuff on she had on, my jaw dropped, man. I was in love. You know what I'm saying? Like she was that kind of person, man, that demanded your attention. And I really appreciated the fact that she jumped on that record because, you know, at that time, No Scrubs was like the biggest record in the country. They were the biggest group in America. And not to mention, she had just burned down Andre Rison's house. So they were literally on fire, man, with the publicity that they were having. So by her jumping on that record with me, man, it just catapulted my career. You know, people were like, damn, well, if she messing with him, who is he? So it kind of, you know, it kind of sparked me, man.
Right. Nah, that's definitely dope. And I didn't even know. I asked a couple of my DJ friends. I think I asked Mr. C and a couple of other people if there was a version without the rap in it, but I was never able to find it ever.
It's on the album. It's on the album. You know, the first track is the one without her, and then the last track is the one with her.
Really? I can't believe
it's on the actual album. Yeah, it's on the actual album.
It was probably because I had the vinyl at that, and the vinyl had her on it, so that's probably why I kind of missed it. Because sometimes DJs, you know, we don't play the actual joints that are in the album. We play the joints that, you know, the singles. You know, when we used to get the CDs and the records, you know, outside of the album, it was a little different for the DJs back then. But I'm not sure why I missed that, but I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get that version. I need that version in the stash, you know. Did you think it was gonna be as big as it was, that hit record?
You know, we never know, man. We never know. I just knew it was a dope ass track. I knew with her being on it, you know, it was gonna make some noise, but I had no idea that the type of impact that it would have. You know, I wish we could say that we know what's going to be the joint, but we don't know. It all depends on how much money they spend, you know, how much radio plays it. All those things become a factor. But they jumped on that record, they jumped on it hard, man, and that's just gonna be one of them joints that like that Frankie Beverly joint that just plays forever because it makes you feel good, you know.
Right. Definitely.
I get people to dance for.
Were there any plans to work with her more or to work with TLC as a group after that song came out?
I would have definitely worked with her more. You know, rest in peace, Left Eye, man. You know, I hate the fact that she had passed away, but I would have definitely worked with her more, man. I think we had a chemistry, and I think that, you know, we would have did more records in the future.
Right. Definitely. So moving forward, you had Life Goes On in 2002. You had Journey of a Gemini in 2006. You had Lyrics in 2010. You had Forever in 2013, and then you took that big break.
Yeah.
Took that big break. Tell us why you took that big break. Why did you take the big break out of the music industry for 7 years?
Well, you know, I got to keep it 100, man. I wanted to make sure all my contracts were done, complete, finished. You know, I wanted to make sure I didn't owe anybody any money, so I paid everybody back. And then I wanted to work on myself. You know, 6 years ago, I got married. And
Congrats.
you know, I appreciate that. Me and my wife been together for like 17 years. So I just wanted to, I went away. I took a trip to, well, let me say this the right way. I was having problems with a lot of self-doubt. You know what I'm saying? I was figuring out like where I wanted to be in my life at that particular time. So I had asked somebody on the internet, what should I do? And they was like, yo, you should try to meditate. So I tried to meditate, man. I had the most excruciating goddamn headache in my life because my body was not ready for this thing that I was about to embark on.
Right.
You know, so I just kept trying. I got better at it. Then I started to realize, like, damn, these thoughts are just like clouds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to, they're just suggestions. I don't have to do everything that my mind comes to. So, you know, after I learned and I got familiar with how to do it and I started feeling better about myself, I took a trip to Peru to this spiritual retreat. You know, they were going to try, I was going to try ayahuasca. You know, it's a spiritual plant that you go down there and you try. And I stayed in the jungle for 2 weeks. It was the best experience that I ever had in my life. I had never traveled out of the country alone. And this was something I needed to do by myself to drop all these fears that I was having, So, those 7 years I took off, man, I really, really learned a lot about myself. And I only came back because this is the thing that I love to do most is make music. And we were in this pandemic, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make an album, but I want it to be for free, and I want it to be called 100% free. And I wanted, to talk about all the things we need to be free from addiction, free from self-doubt, free from this pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Free from a lot of the things that we hold valuable that's not even valuable, that doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to take care of this house that we live in, which is our bodies, and we need to be taught how to do that the right way without all of the outside world giving us all of these different things that we should do.
Right. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm about to hit 40 in May. I might need to go to Peru myself and take a little healing or something, because I feel a little tired in this body.
Nah, I feel you, man. Sometimes it get like that,
Right. So we're gonna talk about the new album. We're gonna play 2-3 joints so people could understand the new Donell Jones music that's out right now, if you don't mind. But I just want to go back a little bit. And I want to talk about something that I just found out that blew my mind because I didn't know this. And as a fan of Donell Jones, I should be ashamed of myself for not knowing this. But I just found out that you wrote some records for some big artists. I found out that you wrote a record for Usher.
Yeah. That was one of the first things I did in my career, man. I started off as a songwriter. Eddie F, man, I got to give all praise to Eddie F, man, because, I mean, he really seen something in me. And he wanted me to participate in a song that he was doing for Usher. And then, after I did that song, I did a song called You Took My Heart. And then when Puff heard it, I got a chance to meet him, and he wanted me to do the same thing with him, which was write a song. So I wrote Think of You with Faith, me and her.
That was such a big hit.
I think if people hear it, they can probably hear it. They can be like, damn, I can hear Donell singing that.
I really did not know that was you, man. I really did not know, man. That's one of my favorite R&B joints, man. And I really didn't know that you wrote that record until recently, like 2-3 weeks ago, where I found that out. And I was like, wow, for real? And I also found out you wrote some joints for 702.
Yeah, I did get it together for them. I wrote and I produced that record. And man, it's one of my biggest records, man. And to be honest with you, man, like big shout out to DJ Mustard and Roddy Rich, man, for bringing that joint back, man. We just won an award, an ASCAP award for that record balling that they did, because they sampled it. So big shout out to them.
Right. That's dope, man. It's crazy because as DJ, for me, myself, I don't know about Epidemic. He could chime in if he wants. But for me as a DJ, like when I like a song, I'm gonna play the song because I like it. I'm not really into the whole background stuff or who produced it and who wrote it. Like, I'm not really thinking about that. I'm thinking about the artist who's singing it right there and then. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Back in the day, when I used to buy vinyls, I used to read the label because it was on the actual label in the middle of the vinyl, who produced it, who wrote it. But after everything became digital, you kind of didn't look for that no more. I didn't look for it anymore. And just recently, because of this Versus with Swiss Beats and Timbaland, you know, people started to get to know who wrote certain songs, who produced certain songs. We've learned so much from this Versus effect with Swiss and Timbaland that now people are looking for that information even more now because of that platform. So the fact that I found out that you wrote these records was a dope thing to find out and understand. Like, there was more to you than just you writing records for yourself and putting out albums for yourself. It was dope that I found out that you wrote for Usher and 702. Were there any other people you wrote joints for?
I wrote for Silk. I wrote for Jade. I did a record on my little brother Jacquees' album called 23. So I've been in the game for a minute, man. I started off as a writer and a songwriter. So it's always good to get in this younger generation, man, and give them some of that feel good music too. That young guy, man, I really appreciate him because he really respects the older generation, man, the people that came before him. You know, a lot of people be hard on him, man, but that's a good brother right there, man. Jacquees is one of the greats, man. For real.
Right. I think he has some good content. I didn't agree when he made the statement about the king of R&B. I didn't agree with that when he made that comment a few years back. What was that? That was 2019. I think he did that. He made that, but he sparked a great conversation.
I thought it was dope. I thought it was great that he did it because, you know, at the end of the day, like, you got to really look at it. If you don't feel that way about yourself, then who else is? You know, I mean, to me, if anybody asks me who the king is, I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder. A lot of people gonna say R. Kelly. I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder because that's who I listened to growing up. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's all about opinion. It's all about opinions. Nobody can really say they the king of anything, man. Because I mean, as time is never going to end. So I mean, as long as time goes, who can say anybody is the king? It's gonna be people that's gonna be great after this, people that was great before. So I mean, it's all just speculation and just chit chatter at the end of the day.
Right. I definitely understand. Before I open up the floor to my cast members to ask you a question or two, if you don't mind, is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so before I get to them, I have to ask you this as a fan. Gotta ask you this. Because of Versus, if there was an opportunity for Donell Jones to be on Versus, who would you want to go up against? Or who would you want to celebrate music with on that platform if you had the opportunity?
I mean, the only person I've been saying this about for the longest is my man Joe. You know, I think, you know, we have a very similar catalog. I think that, you know, if I was to go up against somebody, it would have to be, they have to have up tempos and ballads. And I think Joe has that. He has up tempos, ballads, mid tempos. We both have very similar catalog, and we both around that same era. So it'd be really, really awesome, you know, to do this with him. But it doesn't, to me, it really don't matter, man. Because I mean, it's not a competition. It's about the music. So I would love to celebrate with him, you know. But again, it ain't my platform. I mean, I wish I could go next, but it ain't my platform. So
Right. I had Joe on the list. It was a list of two people. It was Joe, and it was Anthony Hamilton. For me,
okay.
My opinion was Anthony Hamilton and Joe. That was my list.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
Anthony is a bad boy too, man. I mean, Anthony is more soulful than both of us put together. You know what I'm saying? Anthony has that thing, man, that you only find once in a lifetime, man. He has an amazing voice, and I really respect and appreciate his music.
Right. Now I appreciate that, man. Like I said, we appreciate your time today. I'm gonna open up the floor for my cast member, my co-host Prez, who is in Atlanta right now. Shout out to ATL, man. We're live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. Prez, you can unmute yourself. I'm gonna mute myself. The floor is open to you, sir.
Thank you. Yo, Donell Jones, first of all, thank you for being here. A fellow Gemini, I want to first say also, you know, I got to show love to the Geminis out here. I think we got some different minds on us, man. I don't think we all the same. I think we got some different minds on us Geminis. They be hating on us, but I think we got different minds on us. 94, you said, I mean, you started in 96 with what you would say as your first album, but I read up that you really started in 94. So 94 would be your writing career start, would you say?
That's correct. That's when I started writing.
So you were saying that you took that little break off for like more or less yourself and such. Did you feel like that started from the beginning as far as like writing for all of these other artists, or some of the artists, not all of them, but some of these artists like Usher, who maybe have blossomed and started to grow, or the labels putting more into them? Did that have any effect on you in that time?
No,
or was
I
it
mean,
like
I was over by then, you know. I mean, you live with the results. You know, I've grown accustomed to just learning about myself and knowing that, you know, what's for me will be for me. What was for them will be for them. You know, I never got jealous. I just wish that I had got a little bit more attention. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's a business. They're gonna do what they need to do for what they're trying to push. And I understood that. But at the end of the day, it didn't have anything to do with my hiatus or anything like that. My hiatus was all about me becoming a better person and just trying to find, just trying to really find a better me.
Mm-hmm. And now writing still, you say you want to tap in with the young. I see you talked about Jacquees. Is there any other young artists that you can see right now that you would be wanting to write with or sit with and get in the studio with creatively?
Man, I love Summer Walker, man. I really love her vibe. Um,
Dope,
Bryson Tiller, man. Chris
dope.
Brown. It's just so many of them out here that I really her, man. Her is off the chain. I mean,
Right,
she's
right.
just so dope. It's so many artists out here that got it. And I would appreciate, just getting in the lab with them and just, just touching
Chopping
bases
it
and,
up, getting
and
it
see
there.
where we can go,
Right, right. And do you do the same? Do you have writers with you, or do you have any, or do you just say, okay, I write for myself? Like,
I pretty much write for myself, because for me, man, I feel like everything that I write about is something I'm going through. And
hmm
and if I'm gonna sing it, I can give it more emotion if I know it's something that I went through. I can feel
hmm
the pain of what it took to write it. I feel the pain of what it took to go through it. So I can give it the type of emotion that it needs.
you, you ever had to deny any reference tracks from any of these artists?
Say it again.
You ever had to deny any reference tracks from any of these artists?
Nah. I never had a problem with that, man. I mean, usually when I write, I'm in the studio with an artist, so they never
Okay,
hear me sing it. I'm there just to show them how to sing it. But yeah, I'm usually there with them.
okay, dope, dope, dope. All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. That's what's up, though, man. I'm looking for.
Thank
I
you,
heard the new album, man. Dope new album. Like again,
thank
Trace
you.
said, we love R&B on this side, so we playing that all day too, man. Hopefully that becomes in the classic vote with the rest of them, man. In my eyes, it will, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Right, right.
Thank you, Prez. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're gonna go down to Lifted Teas, our official drink sponsor. Taz, she is in the building. Taz, do you have a question for
Hello.
Mr. Donell
Hey,
Jones?
Yes, I have questions. I have statements. First of all, it's an honor to sit here with you right now. You have no idea. Don't put me to a test and say, name, sing all these lyrics. I'm gonna know every song on that "Where I Want to Be" album. So don't test me because I'll win. So that's actually one of my favorite albums to go. And it's funny because when I was 13, I remember watching my father is a musician as well. The guitar in that song and immediately started to cry. And I was like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm like, why is he crying?
wow, I can't hear her. I can't hear her.
Yo, Taz, you going in and out.
Yeah, I think it's because people are trying to text her because I see her touching the screen. Taz, get yourself situated. We're gonna come right back to you. I'm gonna go down to DJ Epidemic. DJ Epidemic, you have a question for Donnell Jones?
Um, I have a question. How did you feel in your relationship was with DJs back when you was first coming out with your albums and stuff like that? Like, how was that working out for you then versus how you feel like it would work out for you now?
Oh man, my relationship with the DJs was incredible, man. Because back then we did everything. You know what I'm saying? We did everything. We went to all the clubs. We hand delivered our records to the DJs personally. You know what I'm saying? We flew everywhere. I mean, back then we would go do promotional tours and go to every. So we handed our songs to the DJs. I mean, some people sent it out, but when we had a chance to go kick it with the DJs, especially up in New York, man, it was crazy in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because we went to the club every night. So now it's a little different because, everybody just sending everything through, it's not personal. It's not as personal as it used to be. That's the part I hate about it
Okay.
because, when you build a relationship with somebody, they show you a little bit more love when they feel like they connected to you. So that was one of the things that I wish could change. We can get back to just being a little bit more personal with each other and just, hanging out in that way.
Okay. Cool.
Right. So coming back to this era of Donnell Jones, you have the 100% Free album. You got Karma as your first single. Why did you choose that single out of the joints that you have on this new album? Why did Karma stand out to you more to put out as a single?
Honestly, it's because that's the first joint I had did. I had that record. it took me about a month and a half to do this record. You know, I was working on another project before then. So I had already had Karma. And you know, it was an old song from the track is from the Stylistics, Payback is a Dog. So I just took the track, I reproduced it and wrote some new lyrics over it. And I just felt like, you know, man, I want to give my older fans something to listen to first, because that's where I come from. So that particular track to me, it showed all of the elements of what Donell used to be. So I wanted to give my fans that first.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so if you don't mind, let's take a quick break. Play that single Karma. Play another joint that you're promoting right now off the album. Let's get our listeners and our viewers tuned in to that new body of work that you got out. If you don't mind, Donell.
Let's go, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, we live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. DJ Epidemic is about to get into this new joint called Karma off that 100% free album. Donell Jones is in the building live on DTFradio.com. Let's get into this music, everybody. Please mute your mics. We hopefully everybody loved this new single. Let's get into it. This joint is called Karma. DJ Epidemic, let's go.
You gotta know that it's over. I gave all of me. My heart is empty. You promised you would change. You said forever, you and me. Look at what you've done to me. I'm torn apart. I'm picking up the pieces you left to me. How selfish could you be? I gave you the world, and you still couldn't be deep. I forgave you when you cheated. I guess it didn't mean a thing. No more excuses. I packed your bags, they at the door. Cause I'm through with you. Can't believe the things you put me through. I gave you all my love and then this what you do. Everything you did about the comeback, you gon' get this karma. Nothing karma. You end up losing everything you love. You about to get it. Every single dude from every single you gon' get this karma. Ain't no escaping that. And everything you did is coming back. Cause payback's a dog. Payback is a dog. You got to pay it back to me. Payback is a dog. Cause I didn't deserve it. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. It's a dog. Ooh. Leave me alone. Can't take no more. I've awakened from sleep. No more you selling dreams. No. Cause I fell in love with me. You're kinda loving I don't need. I've got control of me. Your bags is at the door. Cause I'm through with you. Can't believe the things you put me through. I gave you all my love and then that's what you do. Everything you did about the comeback, you gon' get this karma. Nothing karma. You end up losing everything you love. You gon' get this karma. You about to get it. Every single dude from every single dude you lose. Cause you lose in the end. No escaping that. Cause everything you did is coming back. Payback's a dog. You got to pay it back to me. Oh yeah. Cause I didn't deserve it. Payback is a dog. lied, you think I believe it? Don't believe it. Black back the code to get in your DM. Read some messages that you seen them. You've been driving my Benz to meet him. But it's the big payback. Karma gon' get you, so take that. Never come back again. Payback's a dog. It's a dog. Look what you did to me. Hey. You know I didn't deserve it. Nah. It's a dog. It's a dog, yeah. But what's crazy? It's not remember when you used to hide your phone. Payback is a dog. Always coming with some sad excuse. Payback is a dog. You remember that? Cause I'll never forget it. No. It's the big payback. And you about to get it.
Yes, sir. We are live on the Fix Show,
Appreciate that.
DTFradio.com. Right off that 100% free album, Donell Jones is in the building with us tonight. We appreciate you once again for being on this platform. Wow, man, that joint is just like a for me. I'm gonna let everybody else give their opinion, but for me, it was a breath of fresh air because I'm from the old school. Like I said, I'm about to be 40. I'm from that real R&B age. I'm not with all the rappers trying to sing and all that. I'm with the old school. You know what I'm saying? And that brings me right back to the essence of R&B. And I just want to say thank you, man, for taking that time out and gracing us with another album, man, for real.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. That was my goal, was to give the fans something that they remember from the old school, and that was that particular song. That's why I actually did that song, was to give them something reminiscent of what they were used to.
Right. So going into your production side of Donell Jones, did you produce every track on this album, or did you have something to do with the production on this entire album?
I did every track. I produced and wrote every track on this particular album. I could have went and got some of my friends to help, but since I was making the album free, I didn't want to ask my friends to work for free. So I took. I mean, I could do it. I've done albums, so I took on the responsibility to just make sure that I put out a good project, and I just did it on my own.
Right. It definitely. I heard the whole album. It definitely sounds like classic Donell Jones. I definitely appreciate it. Um, and it was well produced too. It didn't have none of those type of trappy sound beats. It had that real old school vibe. It sounded like you played a lot of live instruments. Am I wrong? Could I be wrong? Did you play some live instruments?
Well, the only thing that's on there is that would be live is maybe the guitars, but I stepped out and did a little something different. There's a house track on there that I've never. I mean, I make all kind of music, but the people have never heard me do house music. See, but the thing with this particular album is it's a concept album. It's a concept album based on love. I just really wanted to push love because I know we were in this pandemic, and I wanted to push love because I felt like that's really all we need. You know what I'm saying? Even though it sounds cliche-ish or whatever, I just felt like a lot of people had lost their homes. A lot of people had lost loved ones, and I just wanted to give them something free, some music about love. A lot of the stuff that we listen to today is based on how much money I got, how much how many chicks I'm banging, or how many cats can eat a chick out. It's a little weird, right now. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create something just based on love, man, love. There's so many aspects of love, and I just wanted to create an album where is that people can listen to it, and you can listen to it with your whole family if you wanted to.
Right. No, definitely. I definitely get it. And I definitely love the album. I'm definitely gonna be playing it out here in New York on my time and my events. I'm definitely gonna be rocking those joints out here at these brunches. Um, I want to tap into 2000. Let's go back to the year 2000. The movie Love and Basketball was a big hit. You took the time out and you made that track called I'll Go. What was the process like for you to be a part of that soundtrack, be a part of that movie, and come up with that song I'll Go?
I mean, it was an amazing process, man. I loved everything about the movie. The movie was incredible. It's just one of those movies, man. Again, it's gonna be it's gonna play forever, you know. And honestly, I didn't come up with the track. The track was produced by Steve Silk Hurley and Rasan Patterson wrote it. So I just came in and landed my vocals on it. But Rasan, he sang the same song, and it sounds very incredible. I guess they just wanted to put me on it because at that time, um, I was high on the charts. So they like, let's get Donell to sing this record. But Rasan did an amazing job singing the song because he wrote it. But I appreciate being on the soundtrack, man. It's a dope record, and a lot of people love me for that particular record.
Yeah, that record is timeless. I don't see R&B singers or writers or producers even making those type of songs like that anymore. I think the only person who made that type of music specifically like that was R. Kelly, to my knowledge. But R&B singers now won't tap into that two-step feel type of R&B music like that. I haven't heard a joint like that in a while. To me, to my knowledge and what I search for in music out here, I haven't heard a joint like that in a while, man. It's sad because I would love to spin more music like that. Feel good music you could dance to, grab your lady or whatever, just have a great time on the dance floor. You know, um, it's sad that that music is not made like that anymore, man. Which brings me to my next question. Like, how do you feel about the state of R&B music right now?
To be honest with you, man, I really don't feel anything, man. I feel like, when I was coming up in the game, we was starting to sample a lot of people's music from the 70s and the 80s. And they didn't like it, and we heard it. We heard about it. And I don't want to be one of those artists. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is this the young cats' time. They're young, they're growing up. This is their era. Let them do what they do. I made records like that too. I mean, it was a little different because it was a different time. You know what I'm saying? Now they can get away with saying a lot of things that we couldn't get away
Right.
with. I'm sure if we were young like them at this particular time, we'd probably be doing the same thing. So it's their time. Give them their space to do whatever they want, and eventually they're gonna become an OG. They're gonna change. Yeah, everybody does. You know what I'm saying? It's just life. So I'm not here to knock what they do. I wish the subject matter could be a little bit better, but at the same time, man, life just goes on, man, and we have to appreciate, the art, and this is their time, But there's a lane for people like myself that's still open. We can just drive right down that street.
Right, right. I mean, I might take your advice in the future, but right now I don't like it. I definitely don't like what these young cats is doing with R&B right now. That's just my opinion.
It's a
I
matter of
can't
opinion,
I
man. That's
can't
all.
right, right. I can't do it, man. Rappers trying to sing and be melodic with everything now, and they calling it R&B. I'm from the old school, man. I can't call everything R&B now, especially stuff that's
I
out.
get it.
I can't do it.
I get it, man. And you know what? And I understand, because again, a lot of these cats they can't sing, but you put the auto tune on it and it's all good. But at the end of the day, man, that's what they doing. So can we really knock it? It's getting a lot of these cats off the street. I wish they wouldn't be battling and fighting so much, and killing each other like they doing. But this music thing really provides a lot of these young kids a way to, you know, feed their families, man. So you really can't be too mad at them because they could be doing other things worse than that.
Real quick
It's
on
like
the
you
topic of
said
that.
a little while ago. Go ahead, Press.
My fault. I was gonna say on the topic of that of the young kids and generation. Have you ever thought about starting your own label, or has like that type of music or that type of energy stopped you from even wanting to like build or work with other artists or have them under you like that?
Well, I do have my own label, but me personally, I wouldn't want to sign any artist because I built my label for me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give myself the opportunity to work my own projects. I don't want to be in charge of somebody else's career, man. You know, I'm an artist myself. I know what I went through, and I know, you know, it takes a certain amount of money. It takes a certain amount of marketing skills. I never want to put myself in a position to be in charge of somebody else's career and fail them at doing that. So I would tell all the young people, man, if you got the money and or if you got some people behind you, man, stick with them. Make sure they put you out. Make sure, you know, you do the right thing. But you really don't need a label these days. I mean, you can, if you build a fan base, you can do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that hard. I think the most
Hmm.
important thing is owning your own content, and that's where I'm at right now. Owning my own content and owning my masters and making sure that whatever I do from now on, my kids and their kids can eat off of this stuff for the rest of their lives. That's
Right.
important to me.
That's
Right.
good.
Nah, I definitely feel you. And that's a great thing that you just said that live on show because, you know, having this platform and us interviewing young guests, young up and coming artists, you know, we get that a lot of times where, you know, the artists, you know, don't have their paperwork right, their business right. They just making music, throwing it on SoundCloud. And us as a platform, we try to educate as many artists that come on our platform as much as possible. We try to talk about publishing. We try to talk about royalties. We try to talk about copyright and trademark. We talk about, you know, writing and owning your music. We try as much as possible to point upcoming artists in the right direction here on this platform. So I'm glad that you was able to give out that gem to people who are tuned in right now, and people who will be able to watch this video after, you know, this interview is over. So thank you for that.
Oh, no doubt, man. I think it's important that the youth understand that, you know, again, this is their time, and we're in a special time right now where they can do this. Back then, there was no way for us to. I had to sign a record deal. You know what I'm saying? In order
Mhm.
to be heard. Now they can build their own. They can have their own, and they can own it. So I mean, I think it's important that, you know, they understand that and try to do that.
Right, right. Real
Absolutely.
quick, because I know Taz was sidetracked a little earlier. Let's get back to Taz. Taz, you had a question for Mr. Donell Jones?
Yeah, so I heard you you sound like you were modest about it, but I personally feel like you bridge a perfect gap between the R&B shifting from that new jack swing era and the regular, like the R&B type of guy looked different in the early 90s. And then when you stepped on the scene in the mid to late 90s, you had your own thing going on. And I swear if you stepped on stage, you'd have thought you was gonna rap, but you didn't. You started singing. And then and it kind of, you can hear it in the music that you're just not your everyday R&B guy, and then you bring your own experience to it. So I do feel like you created that perfect merge of hip hop R&B, but of course, that's going to always be a debatable thing. So I just want to give you your props for that, because if anybody says that you didn't, I'm like, no, Donell
Now,
Jones
you know
got that
what?
in the bag.
Honestly, that you say that, that was my whole thing from the beginning was,
And
you
that
know,
was
I
my
always
question.
felt like from the beginning I wanted to be a rapper, but I could sing. So
Right.
what we did was we said, you know what? Eddie was like, yo, what we gonna do is we gonna put you on these hip hop tracks. We gonna, like, if people listen to my songs, all of them are raps. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying
Mm,
it. You know what I'm saying? Like even Shorty got all that's like, I think that's why the fellas could really rock with me, because
right.
I came from a male's perspective, and it wasn't all that, crying, and it was giving you the
Right.
real from a male's perspective, but it was
Right.
also had some swag to it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
My dress, my the way I dressed, all of that, that was from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a young kid from Chicago, and I was in the streets too. You know what I'm saying? Not crazy,
Right.
but so that was my whole thing from the beginning. I always wanted to be a rapper, so all of my songs kind of had a swag of a rapper, but I was singing it. You know,
Makes sense.
so you
Makes
caught that. You
total.
caught that.
All
You're
right,
right
all right.
about
This
that.
is because I'm a real. This is all.
Yeah, yeah, you're right about that.
And last but not least, I know as things open back up, do you see yourself touring again? Once things start to kind of turn to some normalcy, do you think any shows is in making
I'm trying to go do
for?
shows now. I just had a
Okay.
show last week, and it was amazing. It was
Oh my
amazing to
God.
be back on stage and to feel the energy from the crowd. I mean, it's nothing like that. I can't do an online show. Like I can't do that. for me, I'm singing in front of a camera. That's whack to me. I gotta have a crowd.
I
You know what I'm saying? I
understand.
want to touch hands. I want to, so
Right.
so it's important that we get back to normal. I know, people out here, you know, trying to get over this COVID thing, but in all honesty, man, I trust God. I trust
That's
God,
right.
and I know the Creator got my back. And
Right.
I could have died last year. I could have got hit by a car. So anything could happen tomorrow, next
Right.
week. You know what I'm saying? So I live by faith, and that's how I move.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I'm all for the you versus Joe. If not Joe, the only person I could think of is Avant, and I think that would be like the ill battle.
I think Avant would be dope too, but the only thing about Avant is I just don't think he had up tempo joints. I think Avant has a lot
He
of
does have a
ballads
lot more.
and not
Yeah,
not
he
a
does.
lot of up tempos. Now Genuine got a lot of up tempos too, but I don't know. I don't know how people
Oh,
feel about me and him doing a battle, but that'd be dope.
that could happen. That could definitely happen. That could definitely happen. I'm all for it though. But thank you so much for your time.
Right,
It was a
right.
pleasure speaking to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taz. I appreciate it. Donell, real quick, I wanted to ask you a question about a song that was just put out. I think it was a couple of months ago, or maybe last year. The joint was called Overrated. It sampled one of your tracks, and it's by an artist named, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but it's BLXST. It yeah, he sampled your song. How did you feel about it? Did you clear that sample? How did you feel about the song?
Man, I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, if any artist asks me, can they sample my music? I'm gonna say yes. You know why? Because it gives the song longevity. It gives them another spin. It gives people another spin on the song. And not to mention, man, like I sample people's music too. So I would look crazy by not letting the young kids sample my music. So I love it. I love it. I love the fact that again, DJ Mustard and them sampled Get It Together. Summer Walker sample Get It Together. It's so many people using this old music that I had, man. And not to mention, man, it's publishing. I ain't gonna never say no to a check.
Right, right, right. So did he have to go specifically through you or through the label? How did that situation pan out?
Say it again, because I'm getting a lot of static on my end. I'm sorry.
Did he have to go directly through you or the label? How did that situation pan out on the business side?
No, they I heard it, and I approved, and I'm not hearing. I can't hear.
I can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of. I got a lot of static on my end.
Yeah, he said he heard
Yeah,
the
you're,
record.
you're sounding a little muffled now. Before you were straight. Before you were straight. Now you sound a little muffled. You want to test it out now to see if you could talk? Go ahead.
I wish I could hear you, man, but I can't.
Yeah. So
But if it's about the Blitz record, man, like honestly, man,
so
and any person that wants to sample my music, that you have to go through, Warner Chapel, and you have to, get permission from them because they own their catalog. But again, man, I love what these young cats are doing with this music, and I really appreciate it.
right. So right now I was able to hear that last part. If you don't mind, if you have a little bit more time, if you can you log off and come right back in because you're sounding like in and out. If you have the time, I would appreciate that. If you could kind of like go out and come back in. Yeah, just give us a second. We trying to figure this out. We appreciate everybody tuning in to the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. As you may know, we doing this virtual thing. So these are some of the things that we have to go through when we doing virtual events, man. Shout to Prez, shout to Epidemic, shout to Lifted Tees. We got Donell Jones in the building tonight, man. It's a
Yes,
great feeling,
sir.
man. You know what I'm saying? Prez, how you feel about it?
Yo, so far so good, man. He's a great guy. Seeing like family man can't deny family man. Music is dope. You feel me? So yeah, man. I'm any of the old school guys that's coming back. I know you keep talking about your age as far as age wise. I'm a little bit under you and all that, but that feeling is still the same. You feel me? Like that feeling for music is just different from today's time, man. So
I
yeah,
think he stated a lot of info that you as a manager could definitely take in. I
yeah,
think he
absolutely,
stated a couple of gems in there, man.
absolutely. Word.
Hold on. Let me get Katie to come in. Yeah, real quick, Brad, shut up with the people while I deal with this situation in the background, man, please.
DTFradio.com. We on YouTube. We on Roku TV. We on Facebook.
Right, so we're trying to bring Donell Jones back in for a couple of quick minutes. But even if he don't come back in because of the technical difficulty, it was still dope to play a new joint off his new album. It was definitely dope to hear some of the info
That song is dope.
Now the song was dope too.
Okay,
I mean, yeah, the song was dope, man. Um, it's good to know that actual artists really do write. I mean, of course, some of them have other writers and stuff, but when actual artists write for themselves, and you can now listen to know, like when you're saying, I write for what I feel. Like every song matters now. Like every song, you were thinking about his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, I think about my life. You know what I'm
yo,
saying? So,
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm so upset that it's raining and I got an air conditioner now right here because that's the noise that you hear and goddamn drops on the air conditioner. I'm really upset, man. I'm gonna have to invest in buying a little studio or something, man, because
nah,
I'm tired of
honestly,
this
it's not that
goddamn
bad
virtue
now.
stuff, man.
No, it's really not that bad now. Honestly, I don't think it was your mic. I think being outside, maybe the
Right.
outside, the elements of him being outside might have had his mic because I don't
Yeah.
really hear it.
Nah, he
I
was
don't hear it
good.
that
He was
much
good
anymore.
until now.
I'm talking about I don't hear it anymore.
He
Like I
was
don't hear that loud popping. That's not in your background. I don't really hear it
right.
that much now.
He
It's still
was he
raining,
was
but
good. He
Yeah.
was good until now. You know what, man? Let's get into a quick mix from DJ Epidemic until he comes back in. It's only right. Epidemic, hit us with some music. Are you there? Are you ready until Donell Jones come back? Let's get a quick Epidemic mix. We gotta have that on the picture. You feel me? Everybody mute their mics until Donell Jones come back in. Epidemic, man, is all about you right now. Let's get to it.
By the look in your eyes, I can tell you wanna cry. Is it over me? If it pictured your tears, 'cause I'm not worth it, you see. For I'm the type of boy who's always on the road. Yeah, yeah. Wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. Yeah. You've had romance. Did you break it by chance over me, baby? Sweet lady, would you be my sweet love for a lifetime? I'll be there when you need me. Just call and receive me. Sweet lady, would you be my sweet love for a lifetime? I'll be there. Now any other day I would play cool, but I can't now, 'cause I want you. See him uptown, how you fix your style, and I wanna talk for a little while. I never really meant to drop, but
read out the application for see I wish DJ can run my program. Cause I'm in the mood and my vibe is strong. So who's gonna be the lucky one? Well, Bounty Killer too stiff so him can't position. Me no see where gal a run down pan elephant man. Why kinda cute but me no trust baby sham. Too much bubble spar with cable time. Not just the other day me did a scope Mr. Lex but him got tear off the shot of me side chicken chest. General crash the van so we can't make no flex. I'm afraid of the one merciless.
Can't you see what I've been going through? Cause I wanna be with you. Baby, don't you wanna be with me? Changes I've been going through. Cause I wanna be with you. Baby, don't you wanna be with me?
DJ Epidemic.
DJ Epidemic.
You may not be a movie star. You may not drive a big bus car, but I love you in every way. I love you in every way. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, why?
Woman, you may not be wealthy, not drive a fast car. Come in and go left you out and we not come from far. You remember when we only have one arrow shirt and you muggle with me in your tight up skirt. As long as me never mass, I gotta hurt me now. Forget where me you come from, me now go dish your dirt.
I'll keep on loving you.
Always.
I don't know why.
And your love like a big snap of fish. The way you look, the way you dress, and that me carry this. Your personality, there is no other like it. Put your button telling the world, woman, you're crazy.
But I love you in every way. I love you in every way.
Turn it up. All the times you wrote me, I wish I could return to sender. Your tight tosses and turn me, there ain't no splendor. Now I'm riding this wave with you. All my girlfriends, they disapprove, but you are. You're my peace of mind. Mine. Oh.
All right, let's go. A little lovers rock. A little lovers rock right now, right?
But they criticize. Why? Every word you say feels like a part. I will take you with me everywhere. Listen to you every day. Oh, a good day. My feelings from Sunday to Sunday. But now I miss how we move. But just how I gotta move. Don't make me rock and move. That's how we move, but just how I can get true, can make me rock and groove. Them say, oh yes I show, oh yes I. Do you have little happiness in your life? Now you used to so far in a day, one night. Oh, someone must suffer for the rest of my life. Sure, make sure you grow up. Live a good life, that's if we keep up. I'm good for me, I'm a leader. You see the trouble, be a leader.
Feelings, so deep in my feelings. Feel the same baby like me. Can't control my anxiety. See the link, like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, I'll never get over you until I find something that get me high like you do. out, it just won't stop to go bottom. Put up, take it out, put up, my heart go bottom. Put up, take it out, it just won't stop to go bottom. What's my chance? I'm willing to do anything to get in your pants. You don't have to worry, I won't say a thing. And if she finds out I don't know nothing, oh no, you're the one. You're the one. Oh yeah.
Duck a dill dill dill, till a boy get killed. Duck a dill dill dill, you better sign on the will. Duck a dill dill dill, a boy get killed. Duck a dill dill dill, look up in the barrel. Limb by limb we a go cut them down, send for the oxa. Take out the tongue. Limb by limb we a go cut them down, send for the oxa. Take out them tongue. When them see me, see the hit man a come. Say me, say me just can't done. Say me, see the hit man a come. Say me, say me just can't done. Them one tie, them one tie. They come a them funeral, them things say, them things say. Them on the general, them one tie, them one tie. They come a them funeral, them things say, them things say. Them on the general.
She's a dancer queen for life.
All right, let's go. How many people played the original record to this though, right?
Moving out of sight.
Here we go.
Shut the place like dynamite. She's a dancer queen for life. Gonna explode like dynamite. And she's moving out of sight. The chick on my shut the place like dynamite.
You know you so full of it, but you so clever. You still have to make and you design to be the dancer. If for me, I know that we da turn you in a me lover. Tell me what me near, me want to knock you with me hammer. Then make me get back and strike ya, mass ya. First time me see you with a walk in a maca. When me see you when me want to go up in a fire. And I feel a fuck like a thinking filler with a girl a white. She look like a killer. Me touch me, burn me like pepper. But you the DJ, turn me a la. Seven no walk forever, you a la.
She is the dancer queen for life. Gonna explode like dynamite. And she's moving out of sight. The chick on my shut the place like dynamite. She's the dancer queen for life. Gonna explode like dynamite. And she's moving out of sight. The chick on my shut the place like dynamite.
All right, let's go. We're just bobbing out right now. You already know the move, right?
I don't want no fly guy. I just want a shy guy. I don't want no fly guy. I just want a shy guy.
All the ladies in the house, come on.
Mercy, the man, get me not the party. You wanna be sexy, watch them,
Why you wasting time? I see your dirty one.
All right, let's go to Toronto real quick.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
Why you wasting time? I see your dirty one. You always on my mind. I know you trying, emotions got crazy. Seduce me, baby, you crazy. Try to trap me with baby. Mentally we are ready.
such a feeling running through my body, running through my mind and doing things to me. Girl, it makes me wanna love ya, it makes me wanna touch ya, it makes me wanna make sweet love to you all night long. Come on, do you wanna, 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 do you wanna come flex with me? Come on, do you wanna, 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 do you wanna come flex with me?
Let's go. You already know how we do. We juggle through these records real quick, right? DJ Blem gonna set right now. DTF Radio. You know how we do it.
Girl, if you like, we can go all night. Breakfast in the morning if you want to, cause it feels right.
You already know the deal.
We are live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. Our apologies due to the virtual type of thing. You know, we get some technical difficulties, but shout out to our engineer who was able to do her best job as possible in the background. So thank you to Katie, thank you to DTF Radio for allowing us to do this huge virtual interview with Mr. Donell Jones. I think we good. I just wanted to end it off on a thank you note, on a we appreciate you type vibe. That's the way, we wanted to end it here on the Fix Show because we professional like that. I sent the text out to his publicist and him as well. He's tied up with his children. They tied up in some in some personal stuff. So thank you anyway to his publicist. Thank you to Donell Jones for being on the platform with us. This was huge. We appreciate your time. Thank you for going through your history, through your present history that you're creating right now with your new album. Everybody, make sure you go download that new album, 100% free. Go on Donell Jones' website, check him out. If you don't got his old joints, go download those albums, go stream those classic albums. Trust me, you might learn a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? Or you young young people out there, you might learn a little thing or two about love out here, loving each other out here. You know what I'm saying? Prez, what's up? You want to say something, man?
Yo, I mean, listen, man, you talked about love, and I think that's what we need. I think we need that. I think it's time to embrace that, So I appreciate him
Yes.
even thinking about that much in depth to try to put that love out in the world for us, man. So and thank you for being on the platform, of course.
Hey man, we got an hour of Donell Jones. I'm all right with that. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good on this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We had a strong hour. I was like, yeah. It said I got my time back. I was feeling a little bummed.
I think we in the books. We good.
This is one of the best. One of the best.
Right. I gotta move this air conditioner for the next time it rains. I gotta move it somewhere. I don't know what's going on out here. But, it was dope, man. It's dope that through this pandemic, man, you don't understand, man. Me as an individual, having you guys, us as a team, for me as an individual, man, we've had Adina Howard, Donell Jones, Pete Rock, Tara Wallace, Cool DJ Red Alert, man. Amadeus, man. Mike Needham, Hot 97, man. Like, we don't like this pandemic situation, but this pandemic has brought us some great guests on this platform, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I'm happy with the amount of dope virtual interviews we were able to have. Jack Thriller,
yes.
Man, I don't even know how we gonna beat this Donell Jones interview. I don't know how we gonna beat this epidemic. I don't know, man. I think the only way to top this is to try to get Joe on here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Try to get Joe on here now.
That's a fact.
Let's do it. Yo, you know how dope that versus would be? Are you kidding me? For Joe? Oh my God.
Yo, it's crazy,
Don't
man.
get me too
It's
excited.
crazy. We got about 5 minutes. I just want to say thank you again to to Prez, to Taz, to Epidemic for all the hard work you guys put in on this platform. We've had so much consistency together as a team. I just want to say it live on the air that I appreciate each and every single one of you. Even though you guys are out living your lives, doing your own personal thing, we're able to form Voltron and come back together and be able to do great things like interview Donell Jones tonight. I just want to say thank you to you guys, man. We're approaching our 6th year of the Fix Show, man. We're a couple of months away from the 6th-year anniversary of the Fix Show. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. That's 4 years away from 10 years. I don't know what we're going to do at the 10-year mark, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to say thank you to y'all, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm speechless about today. I was nervous like I was for Tony Touch, but I gathered my thoughts today. I got back to Trace today. You know what I'm saying?
Your questions is on. I
was, you know what I'm saying? I had to poke my chest out a little bit today. You feel me? I don't know what else to say, man. Epidemic, you got a couple words, man. You got a couple of laptops over there that you're looking at. What's up, man? Talk to us, Ep. Got a good shape up, man. Talk to us, man.
He said a couple of laptops.
Yeah,
that's y'all on this screen. So I'm watching y'all. That's y'all on this screen.
Oh, that look like 4 different screens over there.
Nah, that's y'all on this screen. This is my laptop.
Okay. You good, man? You got anything to say, man? How did you feel about us interviewing Donell Jones, man?
It was pretty dope. Different experience.
Okay.
you know, if it's not, if anybody knows, if y'all been on this platform for the past 5 years, you would know anytime Ep is not a big, he's
right.
a
when
man
he
of
said that means
words.
he is ecstatic. He's
elated.
Happy. He's jumping out his seat right now. That's what that meant.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Epidemic for the dope reggae set, the dope R&B set in the beginning. Thank you for playing the album cut off his album, man.
Oh, who was that first artist you played on your playlist? When you opened it?
That was Shay Lovato. She's from Brooklyn.
I liked her voice. She sounds remind me of my sister. I like her voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's out here in Brooklyn. She's been playing a record for a while.
Nice. Okay, I gotta start downloading things. Keep up.
Shout out to Brooklyn, man.
Word. City. Are you from Queens or Brooklyn? Which one is it?
I'm from Queens all day. I'm just saying.
I
was saying shout out to Brooklyn because she was that record was hot.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Brooklyn be having Brooklyn be coming out with some fire artists.
You miss New York City?
So. Yeah, man. Yo, listen, man. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm gonna be Atlanta this weekend, but yeah, I just
doing what you doing?
Comedy show. My homegirl got a whole tour going on. She's up there now. She's gonna be doing like 4 shows this weekend.
Yo, what's up? Yo, send me a link.
Yeah, I got you. You the first person I had. Like, yo, I'm in Atlanta. Let me know what's up.
I want to get a ticket, so I don't want to get a ticket now. So give me
all right, I'm gonna send you the link. I got you.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our show, man. That's our show. We appreciate everybody who tuned in on Roku, on Fire, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the DTF Radio app. We got April 7th. It's already confirmed. We got Fat Boy Izzo coming to the station. You know what it is. Shout out to Bad Boy Rome. They will be in the building. Fat Boy Izzo. We working on a couple of other. I ain't even gonna say nothing. I ain't even gonna say who else. You know what I'm saying?
Just pop out.
You know. If you don't know, you gonna have to wait till the announcement come. You know what time it is. We appreciate everybody. Prez, we can't wait to get you back in the studio. Taz, you know what it is. 40th birthday's coming up. Get that bottle situated. Get it ready. I need a Magnum bottle of lifted tea. You know what I'm saying? Get that situated. Epidemic is going to need one too. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't going to be 40. He's still young. You know what I'm saying? He still got some leaves on his branches. I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? I I ain't got no
You
more
ain't using
leaves
just
on
for
my
menu, so
branches.
you good.
Feel
You
me?
good.
Like,
You using just
like
for menu.
I'm
You
getting
good.
old. This tree's getting old. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe on this. Nah, I ain't even gonna say what we're gonna do for my birthday. I ain't even gonna put it out like that. I ain't even gonna do that. Prez, I'm gonna have to put you on. I'm gonna have to put you on to what we doing for my 40th birthday right after we get off of this. So don't ignore me. Don't go on a hiatus after this interview. You know what I'm saying? I know you're ATL. I know you mask off out there. You have a great time. Answer your damn phone. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
said
You
mask
heard
off.
you.
Yeah, I definitely
Heard
mask
you.
off out there.
For real.
I can't.
So let me send this text out to both of them, man. Once again, thank you to everybody who tuned into the show today. It was such a dope vibe. We appreciate all of y'all. We got some new hoodies and some new t-shirts coming real soon for y'all, for the cast, and maybe for sale. Maybe we'll do a little something for the people, who've been tuned in for years with us. But, we got some stuff coming, man. Thank you. We appreciate y'all. We live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. Share this interview to as many people as you want out there. Y'all got the links. It's out there. Let's generate some hits on this. Donell Jones, we appreciate you. Shout out to his publicist. Thank you so much. Thank you, Katie, in the background. Shout out to Mark, DTF, the owner of DTF Radio. Salute. We are out of here. Next Wednesday, we live. We back in the studio, DTFradio.com. Salute. We out of here.
True.